What is going on, PowerDirector peeps? You know who it is? It's your boy Malik, back in the building as usual, doing my thing again on another Saturday, trying to bring you guys some live stream love. Now, for those of you who don't know who the heck I am and what I do, my channel is called PowerDirector University, and I focus on making tutorials, product reviews, news, comments, live stream just like this, all types of goodness. So if you want to learn how to use PowerDirector, you want to learn it for free here on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any other content. All right, make sure that you do those things. Now, as we go through all of our loveliness here today, I'm going to have a discussion about the things that I love and the things that I hate about PowerDirector 365. Now, hate may be a strong term, but I couldn't find a better term to use for my thumbnail, okay? So I use love and hate because they project emotion and they will make you people want to watch. So that's what we're talking about today. Now, as we have this discussion, I want you guys to go ahead and put into the chat the things that you love and the things that you hate about PowerDirector 365 so that when we're through, I can pick out some of those comments and then we can have more of a discussion around the things that you love and the things that you freaking hate. So, without any further ado, let's get down to business. PowerDirector 365, things I love and things that I freaking hate. Now, the first thing that I love about PowerDirector 365 is that you get frequent updates. So, as you can see on my screen here, we have the application manager. Let me move this over a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. And let me get all of these little icons off the screen. They're so distracting, so distracting. All right, so that's a lot better. So, frequent updates. Now, when I say frequent, I mean monthly. So, from my perspective, I've seen updates every single month on PowerDirector 365. So, those updates include things like bug fixes, new features, new effects, new content packs, all kind of goodness. So, I love the fact that you are continually getting these new things and free content that you can use on your videos. So if you look at the application manager, you see that I have the Director Suite 365. So I have Photo Director, Power Director, Color Director, and Audio Director. And then if you look at packs, these are the things that I have installed. And I just usually go ahead and install whatever is new if it's something that I find useful. The things that I usually don't find useful are things like different languages, fonts and stuff like that I'm not going to use. So I'm not worried about having different text of different languages. But otherwise, I install it because I have the space on my machine. I've got one hard drive that I use for storage and archiving that's really large, over like 70 or over 60 terabytes. And then I have space on my machine. I have a 10 terabyte hard drive on my machine. Like I said, over 60 terabyte external drive that I have connected to the machine. And then I have two 1 terabyte SSDs, one that I edit on and one that I have all my programs and things on. So I got plenty of space to install and use these things. So as I go through, you can see all these different packs. So if you got 365, you're familiar with this already. But if you don't, this is a lot of stuff. Now, with that being said, it's built up over time. I can only imagine how, as we go through more months of having a subscription, how much stuff they're going to be offering and how many new things that we'll be able to install as time goes on. So that's a big benefit to me. I love the fact that I'm always getting new stuff to play with. And it's just kind of fun for any video editor who wants to be able to utilize different tools and new things on a regular basis. Also, there's a bunch of music on here. You can see sound effects as well. I haven't downloaded the last sound effects that came through, but the other ones, like I said, I download and install just about everything that comes through because if it's valuable to me, I want to have access to it immediately. I don't want to have to go in here and look for it. So the application manager is one of the things that I love. Now, another thing that I love is kind of connected to the application manager, and that is the email notifications that we get for updates, including information on those new features. So these email notifications come in on a timely basis. With the old version, like the standalone version of PowerDirector, I don't recollect getting emails every time there was updates to the program. I would usually find out through like the forum or something like that that a new patch was available, or I'd go look to the patch page on the Cyberlink site and see that there was a new patch available. So I never really remember getting those types of updates through email and proactive updates like that. I was always kind of reactive and going and making updates that way. So now we get all of these email notifications for updates, and I love it because they're very descriptive. They tell you about the bug fixes. They tell you about the different features, any new file formats that are available. And then it's also usually a link to take you to a page where you can actually see the new product. So I love the fact that I'm able to just go look at those things and get excited about the upcoming update that's happening. So here on the Cyberlink page, we actually have a really cool look at the plugins and effects for PowerDirector. So when you go here, there's a tab here for all, and then there's different types of categories that you can look through. But if you go to this page here, then you can basically go through and see all of the things that were released in December. So there was sound effects for Office, TV broadcast title pack, LUTs pack for urban minimalist. And then you can go down and you can see what was released in November and October, and you can go through, and this is kind of like validation, or that you're getting something for your subscription. It tells you, hey, these are the new things that got released from me having a subscription in September, October. I continue to get updates and new stuff for my subscription. It's just not something that, hey, I'm just paying every month just to use the program. There's value being added by providing new content that helps you make better videos. So I love the fact that you get these email notifications that help us find out about these new releases, these new products that are out there. Another thing that I love is the third-party plugins that you get for free. So if you look here, this is a comparison page for PowerDirector, and it actually shows what you get with Ultra, which is a lifetime license, Ultimate, which is also a lifetime license, and then you have a bundle of Ultra and Ultimate, which is a lifetime license, and then you have your subscriptions, your PowerDirector 365 and your Director Suite 365. So you look at this, you can see down under third-party plugins and effects that Ultimate basically comes with all of these great third-party plugins and effects, and so do all the other versions. The only difference is that Director Suite 365 comes with the Boris effects, restoration, and lights. So when you look at this, if you get Ultimate or anything else past that, the value probably isn't really diversified that much between those different products, because if you get Ultimate standalone license and you just get the PowerDirector 365 license, you're going to get the same third-party plugins. Excuse me. But those third-party plugins that you get are freaking awesome. So you get ProDAT Autorage, Light. You get ProDAT Autorage and ProDAT VitaScene. So these have like transitions and different filters that you can add to your videos, different mask, stuff like that. You got your New Blue Essentials 1, which is a nice pack of different effects that you can add to your videos. I think it has like the Chroma Keyer Pro and things like that in it. I may be mistaken, but I think that's one that comes with Essentials 1. If I'm wrong, you guys tell me in the chat what items come with Essentials 1. New Blue Titler Pro version 1.5. Now, I'm sorry, I'm getting over a little cold here, so if you hear me sniffling throughout this video, deal with it. Anyway, so there's a pro and a con to this. The pro is that you get a free professional titler, and it's really cool if you learn how to use it. The con is that it's like an old version of Titler Pro. Very old, antiquated interface, and I wish they would update it. Maybe not the current version, because it's going to be a lot of money. I know that the new blue Titler Pro version that they're on right now is super expensive, but at least update it to like version 2 or version 3 if you can do it at a cost-effective price that is going to not bump up the price of PowerDirector too much. So new blue Titler Pro is cool. And then also you get the Boris effect film style and stylize, which able to add some filters or presets to your videos to make them look fantastic. Lovely. Okay? So that's the second thing. Now, the third thing that I love about the PowerDirector 365 subscription is the fact that we actually get ProRes 10-bit 422 to import to the program. Now, to me, that's a game changer, because if you have a camera with a better quality image that is going to produce, then you want to take full advantage of that. And in the past, PowerDirector didn't have ProRes 10-bit 422. I think it had a lot of 420 support, and it still does have 420 support for some other codecs out there. But just having the ProRes 10-bit 422 support allows you to do things like if you have an Atomos recorder and you're recording from your camera to that Atomos recorder, then you can get that 10-bit 422 image quality. And of course, with 10 bits, you get more data, which means that you get better quality from that 422 image or color specs that you're getting on that. So I love the fact that they have that codec on there. Now, on the con side of that, because there's some pros and cons on some of these things, ProRes 444 support is not available. And I'm going to think if I remember correctly, I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on in the video. So those are the things that I love. Now, I think it's time for us to talk about the things that I hate. So, first off, a lot of people out there are complaining about the program crashing. So, I will tell you right now, I have had no issues with the program crashing on me so far. Keep my fingers crossed, because I know anything can happen, right? But so far, so good for me. I have not experienced this, but there are some people who are saying that it's crashing like those Boeing planes out there that go down. Excuse me, I hope I wasn't, too harsh with that. I hope it wasn't too soon. But it's crashing like crazy. Another thing that I'm hearing a lot in the forums and in the comments of my videos is that after you upgrade to 365, some of the file formats, or let's say the codecs, not file formats, some of the codecs that you were able to access in previous versions of PowerDirector, you can't access in PowerDirector 365. I don't have any idea why that is as of yet. I've been doing research and following other posts and things like that to try to see what's going on. But I've heard that, and not just from one codec, from multiple ones. Like, I've heard issues with ProRes 444, if it has alpha channels in it, that they no longer can import those. I've heard some issues with MXF files. I've heard some issues with MTS files from Canon. So it's all over the spectrum. It's not just one thing that I have seen. Now, to be truthful with you, could be some user issue with some of that. But from what I've read so far on the forum post, it does not seem that that is the issue. And these seem to be individuals who have been able to utilize these files in previous versions of the program, and these issues just seem to rear their ugly freaking heads as they upgraded to PowerDirector 365. So that is something that pretty much sucks, and if that happened to me, I would freaking hate it. So definitely hate it for other people that's happening right now, and I'm hating that the program's crashing on a lot of people right now. Another thing that I've only seen this twice, so I don't know if, once again, if this was user error or if this is something that, you know, really comes from the program. But I've seen two instances of the audio and video being out of sync after upgrading to 365, whereas the same exact file in the previous version, like I think they had PowerDirector, I think it was 16 that they had before they upgraded to 365. They were able to use those files and they were in sync. The audio and the video were in sync, and for some reason they were out of sync when they went to PowerDirector 365. So those are some of the things that, if I have experienced any of those, if I would have experienced any of those things, I'd be mad, right? Especially if everything was working fine before I upgraded and now they're not. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there are several things that could come into play to make these things happen. Some of the things that I know are possible to impact these things. Some people also said things like, hey, I had Windows 7, now I changed to Windows 10. Well, Windows 7 was a lot more stabler than Windows 10, to be truthful with you, and there could be issues from that. Your system specs. Now, I will say that if your system was working with certain files and things beforehand, that shouldn't be much of an issue. But there could also be times when you're trying to use different files, and because the files are different, that they're the things impacting it. So if it's an issue with different files and your computer is crashing, things like that, then you want to make sure that your computer specs are up to par. One of the things that you can get to make sure that your system is up to par is, if you know where to look on your PC, you can just go there. It's pretty easy to find a lot of stuff. But I like this free program. I don't know if it's pronounced Speechy or Specky. It's spelled S-P-E-E-C-Y. So I would think that it's Speechy, but it shows your specs. So I would think it's Specky. I don't know. If you know how it's pronounced, leave it in the chat. So this is free. You can go download it. Just go to, just search Speechy or Specky in your browser, and it'll come up. And this is really cool because you have a summary tab here, and it tells you about your system. So it gives you the summary of your system, what processor you're using, how much RAM you have, your motherboard, your graphics card that you have, and your monitors, your storage. So I was talking a little bit earlier about the storage that I have. So these are the internal SSDs here that I have. Like I said, one for programs and things, one for editing on. Then I have my 10 terabyte hard drive. That's just the drive that I have like a lot of files and things located on. Then I have my book, which is a backup. I use it to back up all of my files. And then I have my external direct attached storage. It's called a Drobo 5D3. And you see that I have like over 65 terabytes on there or something like that. Then you got your optical drives, your audio interface if you have one plugged in, and of course that's why you hear the great tremendous sound that you hear from my beautiful microphone. But anyway, you can go here to your operating system, get more in-depth information about your operating system, your CPU, how many cores, threads, your RAM. So we know how much RAM, but hey, you want to know more information about the physical memory, the memory, motherboard information, graphics, so on and so forth, all that good stuff. This is a great tool to use. So if somebody, like if you're getting support or whatever, this is a great tool to have at your fingertips to be able to look at stuff. So if you don't know your system specs and somebody asks you what your system specs are, this can help with that. It's a great quick way to go somewhere without you having to know where to go to on your computer in Windows to get that information. So I love this. Now, knowing your system specs is one thing to stop things from crashing and help you make sure that your computer is running smoothly. But another thing that you need to do is your regular maintenance. So what I mean by that is, just like a car You get your oil change every 3,000 miles, every 3 months, or whenever the thing tells you to change your oil. You need to maintain your computer the same way. If you're not doing that, then you need to start doing that like ASAP, immediately. And what I mean by that is not doing Windows updates. That's part of it. It's a good thing to do. But the main thing that you want to do is you want to do disk defrags. So that's defragmentation. And what that does is when you add things and take things off of your drive, it creates a gap and a space in the drive. And all of those spaces that it has makes it take more time and use more power and use more resources to access all the information on the drive. So if I had a line from here to here, because I have gaps in it, it takes longer time to get through everything and access all the information and find things on the drive. When you defrag your drive, you remove those gaps and you move everything together, which will condense it and bring things in. And now it takes less resources and less power to go ahead and look through the entire drive and get to all the information, and it can access things quicker because there aren't any gaps on your drive. So you need to do disk defrags or defragmentation on a regular basis. I do mine like once a month. Some people might do it weekly. I mean, it really depends. You could do it however many times as you want, but you can schedule it to happen at a certain day and time so that you don't have to go in and keep doing it whenever. As long as your PC is running, it'll do it. Another thing that I think you should do on a regular basis is do driver updates. So this is not just for your graphics cards. You have audio drivers, you have your graphics card drivers, you have all types of drivers on your machine. And if you want to go ahead, like your wireless driver, and there's all types of drivers out there. But anyway, you want to do driver updates on a regular basis. So once again, this is something that you can schedule your machine to do. You can go ahead and do those driver updates to make sure that your peripherals and all of your parts of your computer are up to date using the latest driver out there, so that you know it's running with removing bugs and things like that that may be on those devices that you're using. So those are just a few examples. You can look up PC maintenance to really figure out what types of things you can do to make sure you're maintaining your PC. Just like you maintain your car, just like you maintain your instruments or your camera or any other thing that you have out there, you want to do maintenance on your PC. That will help to make sure that everything's running smoother and helps to decrease the number of crashes of any program that you have on your computer. Now, that's the first thing that I hate. Another thing that I freaking hate is that PowerDirector is growing immensely, and there is just like TMI. Too much info sometimes. Now, for someone like me and any other person who's been using the program for years, you could probably find just about anything you want to find pretty quickly, because you know the program in and out. You use it every day. You're using it for work. You're using it for family events and things like that on a regular basis. But if you're just using it from time to time, it's pretty hard to find some of the stuff that you want to find because it is so vast. There is a lot of information on here. Now, if you're a new user of the program, it's going to take you some time to get used to things, and that's pretty much who my audience is intended for. Initially, when I started this program, this channel was really about, hey, helping those new users out. Now I think it's a mix of, new users, advanced users, giving tips to everybody who's using the program. But if you're a new user, you're going to need this channel or some channel out there that does PowerDirector, like Sharper Turtle or PowerDirector Tutorials or Steve Grizzetti. You're going to need to follow some of those channels out there to make sure that you understand the program, because there is a lot to take in. So that's one of the things that I hate. It's just a lot of information. Now, when it comes to editing, if you know where it's all at, having all those tools is great. Don't get me wrong. It's great when you know where it's at, but when you can't find stuff, it's just like you don't have it. So due to there being so many tools, some of the things are really, really hard to find. So let me give you a few examples. Like, magic tools. So I did a video before about magic tools and them being gone. So you guys should be able to see my screen here. If I go to plugins and then I go down to media, go to smart sound, quick tracks. Now this used to be known as Magic Music, but they changed the name, they changed the location of where it's at. So if you used a previous version, let's say you upgraded to PowerDirector 365 from maybe PowerDirector 15, you wouldn't know where the heck to go find this. Especially if you were using it on a regular basis, you'd be like, they got rid of Magic Music. No, they didn't. They just moved it. Another example might be Magic Cut. So if I right click on this video and I go to edit video, Magic Cut was moved here, right? If I wanted to go to Magic Motion, I'd have to left click this, go to tools, and pan and zoom. And guess what? This is Magic Motion. This is exactly what Magic Motion used to look like. So if you are coming to PowerDirector 365 from an older version, then you might be lost because there's so much information and a lot of the things have been moved. Now, another thing that I don't like about PowerDirector 365 is that there are limited options for uploads and downloads. Now, I hate that. I hate it. So you can only upload or download from the Director Zone or from the Cyberlink Cloud. I think that the program should include options for Google Drive, Box, Dropbox, things like that. So if I create a title and I want to save it somewhere, like the only place that I can save it is like the Cyberlink Cloud or the Director Zone. So let's say I'm in the title room and I'm going to go to one of my custom titles here. And now I have the option here to upload to the Director Zone or the Cyberlink Cloud. So if I click on that, then that's the only option I have. Upload to Director Zone, Cyberlink Cloud. That is it, or both. So I can't upload this to, let's say I wanted to have it on my Google Drive because, hey, I might be getting a new computer or something and I just want to make sure that the stuff is saved somewhere so I can bring it back later. Why can't I go ahead and upload it to Box or Dropbox, Google Drive? Another example might be, let's say I want to produce a video. So if I go to produce, excuse me, and I choose online, I got YouTube, which I'm not even going to talk about that. You know, I can't stand that because the algorithm and YouTube changes all the time. So I don't even know why this option is here, because half the time it works, half the time it doesn't. I don't even deal with it. I don't ever use this option. But anyway, I digress. If I go to the online tab on here, you can see that there's only these options for these hosting sites, basically. But then if I go down here to the bottom, I can share my timeline info on the Director Zone, right? But I can't save my information to Google Drive or Box or Dropbox. Maybe I want to save it there. And then last but not least, let's say I wanted to save my project and I don't want to save it on my machine. I want to archive it off of my machine. Now, I talked to you guys about archiving a while back, and I archive on an external drive, that Drobo with a bunch of terabytes on it. I archive all my projects and all my files and everything there. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you check out my video on archiving. But let's say I wanted to archive my project and all my files to Google Drive. I go to File, and then I go to, I can only update I'm sorry, I can only upload my project to the Cyberlink cloud. So that sucks. Or I can pack my project materials and upload them to the Cyberlink cloud. So all my files, my PDS script, everything, but I don't have any other option. And then if I want to get those files back into PowerDirector, I can only download my project from the Cyberlink cloud. I can't download my projects from Google Drive. So what's the use of even, because I could easily just go ahead and take all the files manually and put them into Google Drive, but then I have to take them all out, put them back on my computer. I can't even download them from those places if I get them in there. So that really grinds my gears, okay? So that's something else that I hate. And I think the last thing that I have on my list here is I hate the fact that PowerDirector does not have professional color adjustment tools, at least what are professional to me, okay? So if I go ahead and right click on this video or left click on it, I go to Fix Enhance, and I can choose color adjustment. Now, these are options that I can use to make color adjustments and do color correction. Don't get me wrong. I can use all of these. I can use the preview to look at it, see what it looks like, all that good stuff. The problem is I don't have tools in PowerDirector that would help me be able to gauge if the color is right, or the tools that I could use to easily change things. Like, I don't have color wheels here. I so badly wish I had color wheels that I'm losing my mind. I don't have color curves, so I can't use those in PowerDirector. Now I can use the curves in ColorDirector, so I have that, but not everybody has ColorDirector. Also, I don't have any scopes or waveforms to gauge what I'm doing. So if I wanted to use like a waveform in certain IRE levels to tell where things are, or I wanted to use a waveform where I can tell, where it's overexposed or underexposed in my image, I don't have that information or those tools available to me to help me be able to do better color correction. I really wish that PowerDirector 365 had those tools, and if they did, I'd be all over them. So I want to go ahead and start including you guys in some of this conversation real quick. So let's see what we got going on in the chat. So it's going to take me a second to pull this up. I am a one-man band, people. One-man band. And I need some time to get my things together here. Excusez-moi. Let's see here. So first of all, I want to thank all you guys for coming on here today. I see we got 50 people checking us out. I see that looks like I got a super chat on here, so I'm going to see if I can find that real quick and show some love for the super chats, because I know you don't have to give, but I appreciate when you guys give back, because it means a lot to me that you guys are willing to give your hard-earned money because of the fact that you find value in what I do. So that means a lot to me. Thank you guys a lot. Let's see if I can find that here. Faith in action, if I am correct. Sorry about the delay, people. All right. So Faith in Action said, "You've helped me a lot. Thanks." You're welcome, Faith in Action. I appreciate the super chat. It means a lot to me. I'm going to keep pumping out these videos, and hopefully I'll keep helping you guys out. So now I'm going to search through here and see what the heck you guys love and what the heck you guys hate. And please, if you want to send me a super chat, super sticker, I would appreciate that. It is not required. Don't worry about that. But if you do have the capability to do so, I appreciate it. Let's see here. Michael Lopez says, YouTube option works fine for me. Lets me post in any profile I have easily. That is cool, Michael. I'm very happy that it's working out for you. I will say that everybody doesn't have that same experience. I am very glad that it's working out for you. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and knock on wood, all of that goodness, because, hey, I want every single feature in this program to work. Unfortunately, it doesn't work all the time, but I understand that some people find value in it. I think that uploading manually to YouTube, for me, I just get a lot more options when I do it that way as well. So I'd rather do it manually because I want to have more control over the specific things that happen as I upload. So that's just me. Appreciate you, Michael. All right, let's see what else we got on here. All right. This is my homie Superman G says, "Take your time, Chief. We understand. It's all good. Hey, you know what? Sometimes we have difficulties, my brother." Superman G or Superman G. I apologize. Let's see. All right, and Superman G sent me a super chat, so thank you so much. He says, "Proud to be a subscriber. Great job, Chief. Keep it up, and Happy New Year." Happy New Year to you too, Superman G. Appreciate you, man. Let's see what else we got here. So Barbara K says, "I'm also having the audio video not syncing problem on my current project. Very frustrating. Nice to know I'm not alone." You are not alone. I hope I don't get a copyright strike for that. But because I sing so horribly, they probably can't tell. But anyway, Barbara, yeah, you're not alone, sister. Other people having that issue. If you're having that issue, make sure that you separate the audio and video. Just right-click on it and separate the audio from the video. Stretch out your timeline to its full capacity, and then see if you can click on the audio and see if you can move it over one frame at a time until it lines up with the video and the visual of the voice, and the lips move into the sound. Should be good. Now that we have the audio scrubbing and you can hear the audio, this should be very helpful, useful tool to help you get those things back in sync. One thing that I was going to say something else, but I'm going to hold that off for another time because I want to make sure that, you know, I'm correct when I talk about that. And I need to do a little bit of research first. So let's keep it moving. So Turning Point Communication says, "Yes, it does crash. I get in the habit of regularly saving. Also, PD will try to auto-save, so it might be able to retrieve. Also, let's see here, set autosave to every few minutes and create versions of files." David. Thanks for sharing that, David. That is cool info. Yeah, you can always change the timing for your autosaves. You can move it down, move it up, whatever's best for you. You can do that in preferences. As well, there is a location on your drive that has the actual autosaves that are captured by the program. So if the program, let's say you lose your project, this is one thing that I've told people a lot of times. For some reason, they lost the project, they deleted it, whatever. sometimes all you need to do is go to the autosave location on your C drive of your machine, and you can actually find your autosaved scripts in there. And if you can find those, then you can go ahead and bring it back up. Can't remember the location off the top of my head. I think it's program files, cyberlink, and then your version of the program, like PowerDirector, let's say 17. And then I think after that, you just go to autosave, and it has all the files in there. So if that's not the case, then you can hit me up on the Facebook users group. I think there's a post in there that I posted about this. And there is also a post on the PowerDirector forum that I posted about that, which is the location. And others have posted it as well, like my boy Tomas, my boy Jim. So they've made posts about that, and they have a lot of great information on those forums. Let's see, what else we got? Comments. All right, let's go to page 2, see what we got. Sorry, guys. Thank you for dealing with me. I like the conversation y'all have. Y'all helping each other in the chat. I love this, man. This is cool stuff. Wow, Mr. Spartan, you angry? Am I reading what comment? Oh my goodness, people be getting so angry. That's a crazy thing, man. People get so angry. Like, I'm supposed to read and see every single comment in the chat, especially like all the time the chat was going on. I was talking, but I digress. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. You're mad? Look, you can be as mad as you want to be. Hate me. You can hate me if you need to. Just make me the scapegoat. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. So another comment from Faith in Action, who says, I wish a speed adjuster could go between different speeds without a frame being selected, range, speed changes, or that full speed changes had ease in and ease out. That would be dope if they had they could put ease in and ease out on those speed changes that you make within the timeline. That would be awesome. That way you don't have to go into the speed tool and, like you said, the I think it's the action camera center, and make those changes in there. You know, and it'll be a lot easier to do right from the timeline. So that's pretty cool. That's a great idea. I like that. Let's see. All right, so we had that. All right, so Barbara Chase wants to know, can you show us how to save the packs to a hard drive to store them, and how to move them back to the computer as needed? I don't have lots of space. So yeah, I can definitely show you that. So first and foremost, you need to make sure that your hard drive is connected to your machine. So you saw earlier that I have multiple hard drives connected to this machine. So if you want to save all of the assets to a drive, you just go to File, and you can go to Pack Project Materials. Now, what this does is it takes all the files that you're using in your program or in your timeline, and it creates, if you haven't created, a a PDS file, which is a script that opens up in PowerDirector to open up your project again. So if you click on that, so I guess my dad's drive kind of went idle, so it's kind of waiting. It's like, hey, I don't see this drive. So I'm probably gonna have to do it again because the drive went idle, but it's trying to wake it up right now. So we'll see what happens. My bad. Okay, just woke up. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna go find my external drive over here on the left. So here's my external drive. It's right here. It's plugged in. I click on it. I can pick a location to put the files in. And I'm going to make a new folder because I'm going to get rid of this. I'm not going to keep it. So I picked this folder. Now, if I just do select folder, it'll take all of the clips that are in the timeline and it'll create a PDS file for the project and save it in that folder. I can click here and say, hey, there's some other files I didn't use in the timeline, but I want to save those files with all of these. So if I click on this, it'll include all of the unused clips that are in the media library as well. So if I click on select folder, it'll go ahead and it will save those files for me. So now let's say I do file new project. And I say no. So you see nothing in my timeline now. The files are still there because they're the sample clips. And if I go back to that external drive and I find that folder that I made called test, all the files are there now, and here's a PDS file. Now if I open this PDS file, it will go ahead and open the project that I had open and it'll show on the timeline. So if I click on this, it'll ask me if I want to merge the files. I'm going to say no because they're the same files. And now you can see it brought those files that I had in the project back into the timeline. Now, if you want to, you don't want to just open it up. Let's say you want to put it back onto a drive that you're editing on. You can just highlight them all, do copy or do cut, whichever you want. Go to that drive that you use for editing and add those files. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alrighty then. Let's see what else we got. My boy, Harmon Mesker. What's up, Harmon? This dude is a killer on the PowerDirector users group on Facebook. I'm just going to let you know. Dude is a killer. If you didn't know, let me bring this back up for y'all to see. So he says, I don't like the Chroma Key feature. The results with it are awful. If you can comment on that, Malik, or have an alternative, I'd like to know. I'll watch this after dinner. He got to go eat. So he's probably not online anymore, but I still think that this is a huge topic. I agree with you, Harmon. It sucks. It's horrible. And I don't know why they made the changes that they made. Basically, the Chroma Key feature in previous versions had more attributes that you could change to actually get your key to be clean. It worked great. You could turn on a mask, invert the mask, and you could see everything that was black. You make sure that everything around your subject was black, and you knew that your whole, the green screen will be gone, or whatever you put in the background will be visible. Worked Great. Now they added this feature where you add multiple keys to try to key out different shades of green or blue until everything is keyed out. And it does not work as efficiently as I think they planned. They should not have gotten rid of the other feature. I mean, I don't think it would have been a problem if they would have kept the old attributes that you could change and then added in the new ones. Now, there are other programs that you can get that have a great Chroma Keyer. So one of the examples is New Blue. So let's go here to, let's go to effects, and let's see, bleach bypass. I'm trying to find the Chroma Keyer, so here we go. So this Chroma Keyer works freaking great. It's New Blue Essentials 6. So if you have New Blue Essentials 6, that comes with the New Blue Chroma Keyer. And to get this program, it's a pretty okay price if I remember correctly. Go to Google New Blue Legacy or Vault. I think it's a New Blue Vault. And if you go to New Blue Vault, it will have New Blue plugins that are available for PowerDirector. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and pull it up. You know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Let's see. Guess it wasn't Vault. It looks like it's Legacy. Trying to download it right now, but here's where the legacy products are. Pretty sure there was a different version of this, and I can't find it, and it's making me angry right now. Let's see. Here we go. So now it's called Cyberlink Store. So there you go. You get 70% off. So it's newblueeffects.com/cyberlink. So if you go to Video Essentials 6, you see you got Chroma Key Pro. It costs $50, but it does come with multiple plugins. As a matter of fact, there's 10 plugins in this, and you can go ahead and buy these or buy this for $50. And Harmon, if you want a better Chroma Keyer, I recommend this. It is awesome. All right, let's see what else we got. All right. Looks like I've gone through most of the pages on here. All right, so I'm on. Looks like I'm caught up to where we are right now in the chat. So I want to start off with showing some love to my boy Edward, who gave me a super chat. He said, "Thank you for all the great video tutorials. I recently got the 365 annual subscription." Edward, thank you so much for the super chat, man. It means a lot to me that you are willing to give back to me for the work that I'm doing to help you guys out. So thanks for the super chat, man. Appreciate you. Ricardo Granja says, your clips have been lifesavers, man. So, hey, thanks for the shout out, Ricardo. It means a lot to me, brother. Let's see what else we got. We got Trace Jedi or Jedi. Looks like Jedi. Trance Jedi, I'm sorry. When I have a problem, your channel is always there. I find the answers. Thank you, Trance Jedi. I appreciate that. So Barbara said that she split the audio and video, synced it up, and it went out of sync again. Troubleshooting time. So if that is the issue that you're having, Barbara, it's doing it again. I don't know how it's just automatically going back out of sync. If you've moved it, it should not just automatically move, especially if you unlink them. Don't link them back, because if you link them back, you know, they won't be able to link back. They shouldn't link back because you're moving them over. So they shouldn't link back, and they shouldn't move back over on their own. So if you're seeing that happen, then there's something afoot. Okay. So if you could do a screenshot, or not a screenshot, but if you could do a screen recording of the issue that you're having and post it to the PowerDirector users group on Facebook if you have a Facebook account. If you don't have a Facebook account, then you can go to the PowerDirector forum, and you can go ahead and create an account for the PowerDirector forum and upload your issue and the recording there, and one of the great moderators or people who are on the forum will get back to you. Same thing with the PowerDirector users group. If you post your video on there, either myself or one of the other great people in that group will get back to you to try to help you out. All right, so I think you do amazingly on your own. What do you use to mix between sources, David? So that's Turning Point Communication. So David, I actually use a program called vMix. So I don't think you'll be able to see this if I bring it onto that screen. It might look like a crazy mirror, funhouse mirror or something if I bring it over here. So I'm afraid to do that. You know what? Nah, I'm not going to do that. I think it's going to look like a crazy funhouse mirror, and y'all going to be confused anyway. So it is a live stream program called vMix. So I use that, and you can use several sources within vMix, and you can go ahead and switch between those sources. So you can set up like one source for like my intro. So I have a clip that I use for my intro. So I can actually switch to that. I also have a product called a Stream Deck. So I actually put the shortcuts that I create in vMix into the Stream Deck so that I could just push little buttons here, and each of the buttons has a name on it, so I could switch to something. Like if I want to show my intro, I just push this button. For some reason, it doesn't like that right now. Yeah, it's acting funny. Why? I don't know. So it switched between the cameras for me. So if I choose camera 1, that one worked. If I just want to show the screen by itself, I can do that. I have a multicam where I can show myself and the screen. Let me try this again. Have my intro. Just is not working. Don't know why it's not working. My lower third is not working. And my bumper's not working. So for some reason, some of the shortcuts aren't working right now. So be it. But that's what I use. I use vMix. It usually works flawlessly. Switching between different sources is really easy to do, like you can see right now. Didn't really like that one too much. But, you know, it is what it is. Intro's not working. Lower third's not working. Horrible, man. Right when you want things to work, they never work like you want them to. That's just how life goes. Just embarrassing me in my live stream. Embarrassing me. But anyway, that's how it goes down. Let's see what else we got. So Harmon said he's going to go ahead and look for the Chroma key. And thanks me for the tip and the valuable comments. No problem, Harmon. Appreciate you, man. This dude goes out there on Facebook. He's always killing it in that group, man. I love the fact that he's part of it because he keeps the engagement going, questions. And, you know, these groups that we make, I'm going to just say this about the Facebook users group. So it's called the PowerDirector users group. And it is a great group of individuals. So I have some individuals who I've known for years from using the program who are helping me out by moderating that group. And they do it for the love of the program and for the love of the community. And that's why I do what I do. So I just reach out to people who I know love the program and love helping people. And those moderators do a great job. But we also have group users who are not moderators who contribute just as much as the moderators do, and that's people like Harmon and Chris Lauterbach and people like that who are always giving back to that users group, and they're so helpful to anyone who goes on there, because we got people who jump on that users group and they dog the program, they talk mess about us. And these people don't have to put up with all of this stuff that they put up with, but they do. And they do it because they love the program and they love editing and they love being part of the community, and that's why I do it as well. So I appreciate everyone who's in that users group. And if you do have a Facebook account, I highly recommend that you go find the PowerDirector users group and become a part of it. And as I always say in my videos, if you want even more PowerDirector love, you can definitely go check me out on Facebook, PowerDirector University, or PDU Tutorials. And then you can also check me out on Twitter and Instagram as well. So if you're looking for that social love, I got it for you. If you're looking for that community, the PowerDirector users group is a great one on Facebook. Let's see. So Scenic Fox says, Malik, I try and keep a UK eye on the inappropriate posts and spam as I'm admins of 6 of my own groups. It's easy to include where's it at? It's easy to include PDU reports. Hope it helps in some way. Yes, definitely appreciate that, Scenic Fox. It means a lot, man. And Barbara was referring to the packs that Cyberlink keeps offering, the title packs, the holiday packs. So she wants to save all of those on a separate location. So let's see, do I still have the application manager up? I don't think I do. So here's the installation path right here. So if you're going to install any of the different products or whatever, if I go here, you'll see all the stuff that I've downloaded, installed, whatever is here. So you got your frame packs, your express templates packs, all the stuff. If I go into one of these, you'll see the different artifacts, templates, all that stuff. So just go to preferences here, your installation path, you can change it. So you can click on this to select a folder, you can go to a different drive, and you can go ahead and select that. Got it? Hope that helped you out, Barbara. All right, let's see what else we got. Armando Morales says, you've taken me from clueless to educated with your tutorials. Thank you, sir. You're welcome, Armando. I'm glad that my tutorials helped you out, man. Well, I think you already know the answer, Kentucky Ranger. That's my homie, Kentucky Ranger, in the building. No, it is not OBS. I told you. I may be a little slow, my brother. It's vMix. So if you missed that, I'm just letting you know. If not, you already knew it was vMix. So there it is. Let's see. So we got Juju, or JC Sobers. So he says, I've been using the Android version, but I'm new to the 365 version. I can't find the answers on your page. Trust me, I'll be picking your brain and making suggestions for new videos. Thank you so much, my friend. So I want to remind you guys, because I don't really talk about this in my videos, but I do want you to know that there is a link in my videos to tutorial request. If I go here to this video, let's pause that. If I go to the description and I click on show more, you scroll down, you see PowerDirector tutorial request. So if you do have a tutorial that you want me to make, leaving it in the comments of my videos will not get me to do it. I do not consider those as official tutorial requests. And usually when someone leaves a comment like that on one of my videos, I usually respond back and say, can you please go to the video description and use the tutorial request form. So if you click on this link, you'll see that it takes you through a Google form. It says Malik might make a PowerDirector tutorial based on your request, and notice the use of the word might, because all of these requests are not really something that either are feasible or just not something that's maybe something I've done already, whatever the case may be. So if you click on next, then you have your tutorial information. And another thing, if you're not subscribed, then I don't do the tutorial request for you. Sorry, that's just me. I mean, I'm taking the time out to create this form, to create the access to me to be able to have a tutorial made that you need. I don't think it's asking too much for you to at least be a subscriber of the channel to get your tutorial request considered. Because once again, there's no guarantee that I'm going to make it. But you have to be a subscriber for me to even consider making it. So then you have your tutorial name, description of the tutorial, whether you're doing this for PC or laptop. And I need to update this because it says mobile Android app. Probably going to add another option in here for iOS, because on December 23rd, Cyberlink created a mobile app for iPhone and iPad. So you can actually, if you're an iPhone user now, you can actually get the mobile version of the app as well. And then I ask about your channel name and your channel URL. Once again, I mean, you should have a channel and a URL if you're going to be subscribing to me. Then you submit it, and it goes into a Google Sheet document, and I can go ahead and go through there, review it, and determine which one of the tutorials I'm going to make. So if you have a tutorial request, make sure that you go to the video description, click on Show More, and go to the PowerDirector tutorial request form. All right. Let's see what else we have on here. Let's see. So giving some love to my boy Kentucky Ranger again. Says, I've been using 365 for about a year now, and I have to say it's awesome. The price is less than I'd be paying for a new version, which I do once a year anyway. It's cheaper and keeps me up to date. I agree with all of those things. Kentucky Ranger is great. Like you said, it's less expensive than paying for every year. If you are someone who upgrades every year, the subscription is worth it, hands down. There's no way it's not. Now, if you're somebody who upgrades every now and then or waits until they feel like it has enough features, then it might be better off to do the lifetime license. It's really up to the individual. I don't think that any version is hands down the answer to everyone's prayers, because that's why we have different versions, because people have different needs, and because of that, the 365 annual subscription may not be suited to everyone. But if you're like Kentucky Ranger and myself, and we upgrade every year, it's definitely worth it. If you are not subscribed, then something's wrong with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Michael Lopez. I agree. But not everyone does. It's kind of funny, like, especially with things like tutorial channels like myself and like Sharper Turtle, Jim on Sharper Turtle, and Steve Grizzetti on his channel, and PowerDirector tutorials. A lot of people watch these videos. If you look at how many views and how much watch time I have, it's very high. Definitely in several millions. But subscribers are only around 76,000. So what that tells me is people watch my content, but they don't subscribe. Now, I will go ahead and say, okay, I do the same thing. So if I want to learn how to put in, install a smoke detector, a new smoke detector in my house, I might watch that video on how to install the smoke detector, but it don't mean that I'm going to subscribe to that channel, because maybe I don't need to subscribe to that channel because I just wanted to watch a video to learn one thing real quick and move on. And sometimes, because I have a how-to channel, there are just people who want to learn this one thing really quick about the program, and they're done. They don't look for anything else, or they don't know they don't know the value of learning things new every week, so they don't see value in subscribing. They just use the channel as a place to go to when they need something, but they don't want to see everything that I do. So that's one of the, I guess, downfalls of having a channel that's about how-to or tutorials per se, because you're going to get a lot of views, but you're not going to get a lot of subscribers. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some channels out there who have millions of subscribers, and they do tutorials too. They're out there. Don't get it twisted. I'm not going to say that, you know, that it's impossible. It's just different. That's all. And those people who do have millions of subscribers who do tutorial channels, they're awesome. They're doing a great job. They're out there killing it, and they're bringing the people, and they're getting people to see value in subscribing, which I I hope to learn to do better at someday, and hopefully I'll have more subscribers one day, and I'll be able to tell people how I started and how I grew to where I got to. So it's all good. Let's see. Whew. Kevin Hall said it's 5 a.m. in Australia. He's sorry he missed the last hour. That's okay, Kevin. We appreciate you for jumping on at 5 a.m. Cray. Look, I'm sorry to tell you, bro. I wouldn't be jumping on at no 5 a.m. for nobody. I'm still asleep. I'm dead to the world at 5 a.m. But I appreciate you doing what you do. All right. Let's see. Steve Dawson sent me a Happy New Year. Malik, Happy New Year, Steve. And Happy New Year to everybody. All of my PD peeps, all my team PDU peeps on the live stream. Appreciate all you guys. Kevin Hall says, subbed a long time ago. Jim is great too. He has just uploaded a new video about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, Jim, that's my boy right there. It's kind of funny how one of the things about the PowerDirector community is that people don't understand for the most part. Most of us in the community who have been, I guess I would say, advocating for the program, know each other. And we've known each other for years. Now, he's not like my next door neighbor, my best friend or anything like that. Don't get it twisted. But I trust him. And I know he is doing what he's doing because he loves doing it. And he loves the program and he loves the community. There's several people in the PowerDirector forum. And I can go on and on. Opto Data, Tomas, Cohen. The list goes on and on. We've also lost people who were great moderators and great advocates for the program over the last several years. Those were, kind of tough times for us, but we keep moving on. Life moves on and we keep on growing, and we just remember those guys, and they will always live within the forums and the videos that they make. Like, there's this channel called PD Toots. For those of you who don't know, they used to make videos a few years back for PowerDirector, and they didn't have a lot of subscribers, but boy, they had, their content was so dope. I love those guys. They made a lot of great tutorials, and their legacy lives on through that type of stuff. So at the end of the day, we are a community of people, and we're friends. We're not competing with one another. We're not trying to knock each other off. We're not trying to steal or beg or borrow from one another. We have different things that we offer. Like, if you look at Sharper Turtle, Jim's tutorials are usually really short, quick, to the point, but they're awesome. They have a lot of great value, and he does topics that are probably more specific to a specific need, right? Whereas a lot of my tutorials are more, unless I'm doing like an effect, or sometimes I do specific need, like certain things, like making an intro or whatever, but that might be more broad-based than what Jim might do on a Sharper Turtle. He might just do one aspect of that, like how to, move your keyframes to move across the screen, or do something like that, So we all bring different value to the community, and I would say if you subscribe to my channel and you're not subscribed to Jim's channel, you should subscribe, right? I don't care who you are. And I think Jim would say the same thing. If you're subscribed to his channel and you're not subscribed to my channel, you should subscribe, because you're missing out on valuable information if you're not subscribed to both of our channels. It just is what it is. Now, some people don't like my style. They don't like my delivery, all of that stuff. It's all good. If you can get past the first few minutes of the video, like the first minute and a half, 2 minutes, you're going to get to the content pretty quick, and you're going to get value. If you can't, sorry. That's just who I am. I is who I is, baby, and I's going to be me. But I digress. Let's see what else we got here in the comments. I got a super chat from Lona Boom. Lona Boom, what's up, girl? So Lona, always killing it on Instagram, Twitter, all that goodness. I appreciate you. Says thank you for all of your help. I appreciate you, Lona. You're awesome. Appreciate the super chat. It means a lot to me. Let's see what else we got here. All right. So Lona Boom, once again, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I think we're pretty caught up on the comments. Scenic Fox says, hey man, don't change your style. I will never change my style. I am who I am. And if I had to change who I am to make these videos, I wouldn't make them. Straight up. I mean, why go out there and do something that you enjoy doing and not do it and not be yourself? Like, I'm putting it to you like this. A lot of us go to work every day and we have to behave a certain way or be a certain person, or you're still yourself, but you can't fully let go and be yourself at your job. I couldn't go to, because I have a 9-to-5 job that I work 5 days a week. I can't go there and act silly all the time. Or now I do have friends that I can joke around with and do things. Like, don't get me wrong. You know, there are times when I can have fun, but I can't express myself the way that I express myself on YouTube, making these videos, if I was at work. You just have to have a certain decorum and set of rules that you have to abide by for certain jobs. It is what it is. But on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, I could do me. I could be me, say what I want. You know, I don't speak and say like offensive things, or I don't curse and stuff like that. I don't do that for most part at any part of my life. So, but I can say what I want, and I can have fun. I can have joy. I can bring joy to others, hopefully, and share my knowledge with them so that they can get better at what they love to do. So I will never change being me on YouTube, because this is this is one of the places where I can do what I love and be myself. I love what I do at work, but I can't always be myself in every situation at work when I'm doing my 9-to-5 thing. It is what it is. Also, like when I go out and I make videos for clients, like I went to do an event at a club a while back, and situation like that, I could be myself, you know. But if I'm doing like a corporate video, I gotta tone it down a little bit sometimes, you know, because you want to create a relationship first with the individual so that they know what type of quality of work that you're going to be able to provide, and they want to see that professionalism. As they get to know you and you work more, you tend to be able to inject more of your true self into your relationship with whoever this client is, when it's corporate video that you're making. So those types of things, you know, it really just kind of like your relationship grows and changes over time. So, but on YouTube, I could just do me, and I love it. So see, I got a few questions on here. So from Lona Boom, it says, you helped me understand what PowerDirector was. I got it free on my old computer and was confused to find your channel, and helped me out so much to create. You're very welcome. Jeremy Rogers says, new to PowerDirector, new to editing altogether. Your tutorials made me purchase PowerDirector and fall in love with photo video editing. Thanks. You're very welcome, Jeremy Rogers. I appreciate you, man. It says, what about, Brian Leach says, what about, will this full session be available for later? So when you live stream on YouTube, the video is available on my channel. So yes, it will be available later, and I will also put links to the live stream on my social media pages on Facebook, PowerDirector University, and I'm sorry, on Facebook it's called PowerDirector University, but the channel's name or the site to get to it is PDU Tutorials. And then also on Twitter and Instagram at PDU Tutorials, you'll be able to find links to this full live stream later on, Brian. So check it out there. And I got Kentucky Ranger who says, you know what's really funny when I look back on my old videos? Laugh out loud. I also get a chuckle looking at other channels' old videos. It really shows how we all grow. Yeah. You should see the first video on my channel, man. It is just horrific. It is the worst thing ever. Ever. And the reason why I say that is I tried to like video like my laptop using a camcorder, and it just was not professional at all. So for me, I hated it. Some people might see it and they don't care. But for me, I look back on it and I laugh every time I see it. But like you said, Kentucky Ranger, it reminds me of how much we grow and what we learn and how we're able to utilize our experience and our failures to get better, right? Because that's how we get better. We fail. I mean, nobody gets out there and tries something for the first time and it's perfect. And that's a lot of people who try to make videos and try to start YouTube channels take that approach. They're like, I'm going to make like, I'm going to wait until I have this perfect and I can create these perfect videos with this perfect camera, and I want to create my perfect intro and logo, and all that stuff don't even matter. Just put something out there and you will get better. And I'm just going to, I want to show an example of one thing, man, to that point. And I hope, you know, nobody takes offense at this or anything. But it's an example. So, the Hearst Empire. So, I have my wife's friend has a daughter who is married, and they have 2 kids. So, they started a channel recently, it looks like about 3 months ago, and it's called the Hearst Empire. So they have 2 videos on the channel right now. One video is 1 minute and 10 seconds, and one video is 8 minutes and 18 seconds. They shared the link on Facebook the other day and asked people to watch the video. So I watched the video, and the first thing I started thinking was, okay, so how I can help them get better and how I can help them improve this video and what are some things that they could do at the beginning, at the end, and all this stuff. And then I just took a step back and said, okay, I'm going to keep all that stuff in my memory banks, but I'm not going to go on Facebook and say, hey, do this, do that, fix this, fix that. This is fun for them. It's the beginning of their journey. It's the second video they put out, and they are proud as heck of this video, and they should be. And you know why I say they should be? Because they put it out there. A few months ago, before they put out the first video that was 3 months ago, that was the advice I gave them. You got a phone? They were like, well, I want to buy this camera. I want to get this. I said, you got a phone, right? Use your phone. You probably already got videos on your phone. Put them out there. Start doing something. Learn as you go. You will get better. But you can't get anywhere if you don't start. They got 38 subscribers now. Now, a lot of these subscribers are probably people they know at this point. There might be people who they don't know who just saw their videos and subscribe. I don't know. I mean, when I first started making videos, I didn't know anybody else. None of my friends were doing video editing or things like that, except, I'm going to put it to you like this. None of my close friends. I had people who I knew, who I worked with before, who were doing videos, but I didn't reach out to them and ask them to start subscribing to my channel, right? All of my growth was organic. Some of this growth is going to be organic and some of it isn't for their channel, right? And some of mine isn't. There's some people who subscribe to my channel because they think it's helping me out by subscribing. And I appreciate that because it makes my numbers, helps my numbers, right? But the real thing that helps your channel, of course, is engagement, watch time, when your video is suggested, people clicking on your suggested videos. Those are the things that really help your channel grow. So if you have like a channel, like a video on the side that's suggested while you're watching another video and someone clicks on that and watches it, that helps your channel grow. How much time people watch your videos, that helps your channel grow. So when you hear people talk about things like, hey, you got to get better thumbnails. Well, they're saying that because when your video is suggested on the side, if it has an engaging thumbnail to get someone to want to click on it, then they're going to watch it. The second thing is watch time. If the thumbnail really represents what the video is about, then people will watch it for a longer period of time. And that's what any social platform wants, is people on site. So the longer that video is watched, the more they're going to suggest your stuff. And the more they suggest it, you got to have those thumbnails. So those are the things that get your channel to grow. Now, right now, like I said, 2 videos, but they put something out there. So if we look at this video, let's take a look at one of these.
What are we doing, girl? We are jumping. Ooh, what's that? Look at that beautiful one right there. Great, what are we doing right now? Go jump. Let's go jump and let's go.
So if you were to watch that video, you might say, hey, this was a great video. You might say, hey, there's some things they could have changed on it. Maybe, and I don't know if you guys could have heard that or not. I don't think I had the audio on that source, but you might have said something about the audio. You might have said something about the editing, whatever. To me, I don't care about any of that. If they ask me for help, I'm going to tell them how to get better and what they should do to improve that video. But right now, I'm just happy that they're putting content out there. They will learn as they go. And as they start watching other people's videos, they will learn. So it's really about getting to a place where you're getting content out there and then you're starting to learn from your failures on how to get better. So it is what it is. All right. All right. So it looks like I'm all caught up with all of the questions so far. And we've been streaming for about an hour and a half now. So I think we've gone outside of the scope of the video, but that usually happens when I do live streams. We kind of start off on one topic, and then when we start talking and answering a lot of the questions that people have, then we're actually go a little bit off topic, but it's all good because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys out, and I really, truly do appreciate everything that you guys do for me. I mean, whether it's supporting the channel with the super chats, the super stickers, whether you're joining my membership. So I do have a membership on YouTube. Underneath any of my videos, there is a join button. If you click on that, then you can join Team PDU. If you join Team PDU, there's different tiers that give you different access to different things, and you have like a monthly, I guess, membership fee that you pay. It's as low as like $1.99 a month. So I appreciate all of you guys who have joined Team PDU and become a member of my channel. If you haven't, please consider it. If you find value in any of the different tiers, please consider joining Team PDU and helping to support the channel so that I can continue to do things like this for you guys. Now, at the end of the day, I appreciate everyone for joining me for this live stream. I think it's been a huge success. You guys mean the world to me. Hopefully, I can continue to bring you guys content that you enjoy. Stay tuned in the coming weeks. I will be doing a collaboration video with your boy Sharper Turtle, so stay on the lookout for that. I also got some great tutorials lined up for 2020, so you guys should be able to learn more about the program and learn more about editing any type of video. I plan on doing a series about music videos. I plan on doing a series about corporate videos, about event videos. So I'm going to try to continue to grow and show you guys more. And hopefully we'll be able to grow together. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you soon.